Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Diane Parker. The first turkeys in the entire nation test positive for the bird flu right here in Montana. And Miller has a check of the weekend forecast, but first. A woman in Billings is recovering today after falling off the rims. Take a look at Billings first responders pulling off this rescue last night. The extent of the woman's injuries are unknown. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Now to an update on one of the largest animal cruelty cases in Montana history. A jury finds Robert Erickson guilty for abusing 58 horses at his Helena property. You may remember back in June of last year when sheriff's deputies seized the animals, finding many of them underweight. Others had overgrown hooves, lice, and injuries. Erickson's sons also face charges. He's set to have a sentencing hearing June 22nd. A big sports update this noon. Former Montana Grizzly and Billings senior football star Gabe Sulcer is taking his talents to the University of Texas. Well, we told you a week ago the wide receiver had entered the transfer portal, and today, 7 days later, he is a Longhorn. This is a massive jump, as most sports fans know. Texas is one of the most historic programs in the entire nation. Sulcer says he's thankful for the opportunity and ready to get to work. He has 2 years of eligibility remaining. Glacier National Park is looking for seasonal employees. They need candidates for support positions, including the free shuttle system that runs along the Going to the Sun Road. Jobs for the 35 shuttle transportation fleet include drivers, dispatchers, and supervisors. And if you're interested, you should contact LC Staffing of Kalispell. The park itself is still hiring, and like everyone else, they are experiencing hiring challenges. And that's today's Leading Look.
Happy Friday, everybody, and TGIF as we head into the weekend. A pop quiz, where do you think that area of deep low pressure is today at the moment? Anybody want to take a guess? Well, you can see where all that rain is. Yeah, that's where that low is going. It's pulling away from the region. As it gets farther and farther away, it's going to drag that moisture with it. But still, central parts of Montana, up in the mountains, we're going to see some heavy snowfall. Off to our east, still seeing the rain, maybe some pockets of heavy rainfall down there in the southeast corner, northeast corner as well of Wyoming, where we can have a rumble of thunder or two, maybe even some isolated thunderstorms. Temperature-wise, some of us may have already hit our highs for the day, but we'll go with some 50s up there in the northwest corner, 40s and 50s as we move to the central eastern part, maybe some 60s up into the northeast. A complete look at your forecast is coming up.
I mean, they run around that whole neighborhood there all of the time.
Spend some time around MSU Billings and chances are you'll meet these friendly neighbors. Feral turkeys strutting their stuff up and down the block. But what's not normal is what one resident discovered about 2 weeks ago, a dead bird in his front lawn.
He just assumed it got hit by a car, something like that, so he bagged it up and threw it away, and when he found more in his yard the next day, he called us.
It turns out the bird had HPAI, highly pathogenic avian influenza. A total of 7 birds have now been found dead in the neighborhood. 3 were tested and all were positive.
This one is called highly pathogenic avian influenza for a reason. It's highly pathogenic. Birds get anywhere close to it, it seems like they catch it, and it's always fatal.
The virus has killed thousands of birds across the United States since it was first detected in Canada back in November. But these are the first feral turkeys in the country to test positive. The risk to humans is minimal. Historically, cases are far and few in between, although one person in China did test positive for the virus just this week. Regardless, Bob Gibson is urging Montanans to take precautions, not just to avoid risks to humans, but to other livestock.
This is so pathogenic, or it spreads so easily, that by touching a bird, by picking up a wild turkey and throwing it away, and then later touching your chickens, it easily could spread.
In Billings, Kagan Harsha, MTN News.